Once upon a time there lived a group of beautiful butterflies in a lush green meadow. The meadow was filled with brightly colored flowers that provided the butterflies with sweet nectar to drink. There were yellow butterflies, blue butterflies, orange butterflies, and purple butterflies, each with their own unique patterns on their wings. Every morning, the butterflies would wake up and fly around the meadow, visiting their favorite flowers and sipping nectar. The flowers ranged from sunflowers as big as the butterflies' heads to tiny bluebells no larger than a raindrop. As the butterflies flew from flower to flower, their wings shimmered in the sunlight, creating a kaleidoscope of colors across the meadow. One warm summer day, the oldest and wisest butterfly named Iris noticed that the meadow grasses were growing tall and some of the flowers were starting to wilt. "My dear friends," she said, "it seems it is time for us to go on a journey to find a new meadow full of fresh flowers." The other butterflies were sad to leave their home, but knew that Iris was right. So they fluttered their wings and began their magical journey. The butterflies flew over rolling green hills and under the shade of oak trees. They soared high into the sky where they could see the meadow far behind them. Up ahead, they spotted a winding river that cut through a desert canyon. "Let's stop here and see if there are any flowers," said Daisy, a cheerful yellow butterfly. The butterflies followed the river down into the rocky canyon. The canyon walls towered high on either side of the rushing river. But to the butterflies' delight, they found a small oasis nestled between the rocky cliffs where the spring water bubbled up through the sandy soil. There they discovered clusters of bright red flowers for sipping nectar. "Hooray!" cried Daisy. "We can rest here a while before continuing our journey." So the butterflies flitted among the canyon flowers, drinking their fill of sweet nectar before venturing on. Rested and re-energized, the traveling butterflies waved goodbye to the canyon oasis and ascended back into the bright blue sky. The sun felt warm on their wings as they flew higher and higher. Below them, the river wound like a glistening ribbon through the patchwork fields. As evening approached, the butterflies began looking for a place to spend the night. Soon they spotted a large oak tree, its branches spreading wide to create a leafy canopy. "This tree will make a perfect shelter," said Iris. The butterflies fluttered down and rested all in a row upon a sturdy oak branch with their wings folded closed. As the sunset painted the sky orange and pink, the tired butterflies fell fast asleep, swaying gently in the evening breeze. In the morning, the butterflies woke before dawn and sipped the sweet morning dew from the oak leaves around them. As the sky brightened, they fluttered and flew in circles around the oak tree to stretch their wings. "Where should we travel today?" asked Daisy. "I saw some tall mountains in the distance yesterday," suggested Rex, an intrepid blue butterfly. "Let's head that way." And so the butterflies set off on today's journey toward the distant mountains. The friends flew over forests, lakes, and rolling hills. By midday, the rocky gray peaks of the mountains rose high before them. The air grew cooler as the butterflies flew higher. When they reached the mountains, the butterflies were amazed by all there was to see. Deep green pines coated the mountainsides. Crystal waterfalls tumbled down sheer cliff faces. And fields of wildflowers dotted the mountain meadows. "Oh, how lovely!" exclaimed Violet, a purple butterfly. She spun in circles to take in views of the waterfalls, trees, and cascading flowers. The other butterflies agreed it was a beautiful place for their day's exploration. They chased each other through alpine fields filled with heather, lupin, and daisies. At a mountain lake, they stopped to rest and sip cool water before the journey back home. As the afternoon light began to fade behind the highest mountain peaks, the butterflies knew it was time to return to the meadow they called home. "Do you think our meadow will be in bloom when we return?" wondered Rex as they flew into the sunset sky. "I'm certain of it," said Iris. "And I can't wait to be back in our little patch of flowers." The next morning, the butterflies awoke before dawn and prepared to travel the last leg home. They flew all day over forests, lakes, and finally emerged from a woodland to see their meadow in the distance. Iris was right. Their meadow was more lush and flower-filled than ever. "We're home," cried Daisy joyfully, fluttering ahead of the others. The colorful butterflies danced through the air in celebration.